There has been a ton of talk on YouTube from eBay resellers saying that you need to reset your entire store in order to boost your sales. Sales have been super slow this year from eBay. They've made a lot of changes, but I am here to tell you a little bit different approach. So stick around. You won't want to miss this. So whether you've been selling on eBay for a month, a year, or 15 years, it's always good to go out there and listen to other eBay resellers and get their thoughts on what's going on with eBay. So sales have been slow. So a lot of people have been frantically telling you to reset your entire store. Now I'm going to tell you a little different approach. I don't believe in that method. And for you new resellers, I have actually recorded my computer so you can watch me as I go through each step of the way and how I end a listing and I do a sell similar, my thoughts behind it, and how I throw them into my scheduling queue. Let's just get started. Let's jump into it and see how I go about this approach. Here we are in my seller hub. And so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my listings. I'm going to go to active listings. Now you can, if you're not aware, you can actually customize the items that you see in the customized table. It tells you all the available options that you have, which is really nice. So if you're not aware of that, play with that and make it work for you. I believe you can also, we're going to try this really quick. You can move things around. Maybe it's in the customized table. Let's look and see. Oh yes, silly girl. Yeah, so if I wanted to put my start date, I can just go like this and up into where I want it to land. So there we go. So I'm going to save that start date because start date is going to be how we're going to sort our items. Okay. So we're going to come into my active listings. I've got my table set up just the way I want. Now you can always pause this video. If you are a new reseller on eBay, you can pause the video, play around with it, and then restart the video or rewatch the video. It doesn't matter. Sometimes it's helpful to watch the video once and then go back through and do it on your own and pause it and that kind of thing. So anyway, so we're going to go in here and I move this now. So let's see what I did. My start date. So I want to sort by my start date. Anyway, so as we're going through this, you're going to see I have these kites and they're pretty old. They've been here forever because my deal is I don't want anything over 90 days. Probably 60 days is optimal. And I say that because you want your items to be on there long enough. You don't want to do it so fast and so soon that Google doesn't get a chance to use all its spidey web fingers, whatever it does, legs, and captures your listing and possibly bring in a new buyer to the platform. So all of these kites, I have multiple quantities on, and you can see that over here. So we're going to scroll down. We're going to go past that. And here's my ever-loving, I bought these. These were Gold Canyon, like, accessories that I bought at a yard sale, and they're not doing very good. So we're just going to skip past those because I'm not sure what I'm going to do with those. That was a bad purchase. I have not even made my money back on it. It doesn't happen very often where I buy something in bulk and it doesn't sell well. So here we are, we're down to June 10th. And so ultimately, if we go back 90 days, it is October 31st. I should have known that. It's Halloween. So October, September, August. So I'm looking for anything older than August of 2023. So we're going to go past those multiple quantities, and we're going to see I have this light, and I listed it on June the 10th. So I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to end the listing. Now, I know a lot of resellers out there, they're telling you, sorry, the sun is kind of coming in at a weird angle. So a lot of the resellers are telling you just to do a bulk edit. Now, I disagree with that. Now, I have a smaller store. I am trying to ramp it up, but honestly, I'm trying to flip all my items within about 90 to 120 days. So currently I have 350 items listed, and I have a bunch in my queue of scheduled, which stick around, you're gonna see how I incorporate scheduled listings as well. So we're gonna jump in here and I'm gonna end this listing. Now when you end a listing, it goes to your unsolds. So it's not gonna take me there, so I have to go into my unsolds. And there it is. So I'm not going to relist, I am going to do a sell similar. Now there's a lot of talk about doing this is not going to be helpful. The reason why you do it, for those of you who don't know, the reason why you do it is because you want to give your item a new item ID. On top of that, then eBay supposedly recognizes it as a new listing, right? So then it goes to the top of the search. So you always get a little bit more exposure once the item renews or you list it, and when the item is getting ready to renew. I like to just reduce the price, and I do kind of skim over and look at it, and I try to make sure I use up all those 80 characters. So important. So underwater light, scuba light, vintage works. Now works doesn't really help, and so and you can always abbreviate vintage to VTG and get some extra spaces. So I'm just going to leave it as that for right now for the purposes of this video, but I do suggest that you look at your title, make sure there isn't anything that is misspelled, or if you can think of something better. Now what we could do is we could do a quick research on it, make sure our price is right, but we're trying to just get this item back up. We're hoping that we did this correctly. So this here is my custom label, and the LP standard for listed perfectly. I am not doing listed perfectly. Maybe I'll explain that in another video. So we're going to go through. Another thing you want to look at is the item specifics and make sure that those are right. Anyway, so I'm just really kind of going through here and making sure everything looks right. Tesla works great, very heavy, has a weight inside for scuba diving purposes, requires 4D batteries. I don't want to pay to ship those. So I'm going to change this price. Now, when I have people help me do this, I tell them to go in and reduce the price by 10%. I kind of do it a little differently. So this one I'm like going, okay, I haven't even gotten an offer for at least $49.99. So let's do $49.99 with a auto accept of $39.99. So there, we're done with that. Shipping looks good, everything looks good. And what's good about this is you get to review the listing. So now here's where I do things a tad bit differently. So we're going to go back in here into my seller hub, and we're going to go in here, and I should have had this open, so I apologize. And we're going to go into scheduled listings. Now I have done a video on this previously, but I wanted to show you how I incorporate this into my when I am resetting items in my store. So you can see I have these items that are scheduled, and right now I have 3 scheduled out a day. And you can see if you went down, and I'm not going to bore you with all of that. Now, what's really nice about scheduled listings, I do want to point that out, is you could date everything. So this $190 Porsche brochure that we relisted on 11/11, we did the reset on, and I'm going to show you that in a second. So, so that one is not to go off to November 11th. So what I could do is I could come back in here and change these start dates really quick and get my higher priced items onto the platform a little faster. But for the purpose of this video, I'm not going to show you that. But you can play with that. That's the greatest part about the scheduled listings. Yes, drafts expire. eBay has done a really nice job about letting you know when they're going to expire. And you are able to copy it and repurpose it to the top. But again, maybe that's another video. But for the point of this, so you can see, so I could go in here if I wanted to, and I could reschedule this to go off for tomorrow, 11/1, because my listings have already pushed for today. So if I wanted to, I could just scroll down here really quick. I could change this to 11/1, bam, and I could revise it. So now you're going to see that that one is going to push tomorrow, and it's a higher price item, so we really want to get it out there and get it sold. Yes, if you are not aware, car brochures are worth a ton of money. Sometimes any kind of brochures, older brochures. I sold a bunch of snowmobile ones about 6 years ago that I received, and I made a ton of money off of them. So brochures and pamphlets are really a bolo, so look for those. Okay, so let's go back. So what I wanted to show you is, in here I've got, oops, I need to resort this. So let's resort this. So I'm going to go down to the bottom, and it looks like I have 3 listings pushing, the 14th, the 15th, the 16th, the 17th, I've got 2, the 18th, I've got 2, the 19th, I've got 2, and the 20th, I only have 1. And so we're going to come back to this one, and we are going to change that. We're going to schedule it out, and we're going to dump it into our scheduled listings. And let me explain why I do that. So I think November 20th is, okay, I don't know why eBay's been doing that, but it's been skipping. And I have to hit 7 in order to get 6. I want AM. Okay, good. Now this one is going to be rescheduled for 11/20. And remember, when we're done, we can go back and reschedule and have these push out anytime we want. But what we're looking for is consistency. Consistency in how you push out your listings. So by ending your whole store and just republish it, yeah, you might get a spike for the next couple days. But what happens after that? You have to go back in and reschedule, and the cost of those listings, I just don't find that effective. So this is how I do it, and I wanted to share that with you, and hopefully it makes sense, and maybe you want to tweak it a little bit here and there. So anyway, we're going to list it, and I'm going to show you how it ends up into my scheduled listings. So we're going to cut it, and it will take me back to oh, there's my unsold. Let's do that really quick. So we want to delete this because we already pushed it. It's in our scheduled listings, and we want to delete it so we don't accidentally relist it. Now, if I had changed the title on that one I just pushed into scheduled listings, and then I came back and saw that unsold, and I repushed it, but I didn't change the title, eBay would not recognize it as the same listing. Now, some people are saying that you should change up your pictures, that can help. They're saying that AI is catching on to what we're doing. I don't know about that. I think eBay created this for a reason, and I don't think eBay really wants us to bomb them by ending all our listings and then pushing them back out so quickly. Now, the other thing that I do, let's go into the scheduled listings. You are going to see how it says relisted on 11/1. So I'm going to go down here, and I can go right here, and it says add or edit a note. Now the buyer does not see this. Sorry, I'm just trying to move away from the sun. So the buyer does not see this, and he does not see it. So I'm just going to say relisted. Relisted 1031-23. Now, in the future, what I want to do is, as these come back up a second time and we relist them, to continue on. So let's say in 3 more months, I'm all caught up and this hasn't sold, and then that would take me to like January 31st. So I would say relisted on 10/31, relisted on January 31. So it kind of gives me an idea. Is this item going to sell? You know, if I do this a couple times, there's a problem with the item. The whole point in eBay is not to worry about, let me save this really quick. The whole point in eBay, and I'm going to come back in here and I'm going to show you my store, my overview of my store. So my last 31-day sales are $4,795. You can come down here to my graph and you can see where I started implementing the unlisting or ending items and doing the sell similar. I like to refer to it as else. ELSS, end listing, sell similar, else. If you don't do this, or else you won't sell your item. That's a really bad joke, but I think else is kind of a good way, a good name to give this what we're doing here. And no matter how you do it, whether you do it for your whole store or you just do it for one item at a time as I do it. So what did you think? It is a completely different approach that a lot of people have. I've mixed a lot of different pieces and put them together. I am a huge fan of using scheduled listings. eBay no longer charges for it, so I think we should take advantage of it. So that is going to do it for today. Please be sure to leave me your comments. And I just want to thank everybody, all my new subscribers to my channel. I was blown away by my last video and how many of you have subscribed. I appreciate you. I'm super grateful. And I am super excited to give you more content. Sorry that it took me so long to get this next video out. I wasn't feeling so great. And I had some personal commitments. As always, just stay positive, stay focused. And as always, have a groovy day.